It is now 9:30 and we are live on YouTube.
We are live. Okay, I'll call the meeting to order and I'll look for my clerk for a roll call, please.
Welcome to the October 20th, 2025 council meeting. We'll begin with roll call of council. Mayor Clark,
Present.
Deputy Mayor Bell,
Present.
Councillor Snetch,
Present.
Councillor Fisher,
Present.
Councillor Tuyu,
Present.
Councillor Goff,
Present.
Councillor Bell. Thank you. We have quorum.
Thank you. No.
This meeting is being streamed live on the Township of Ramara YouTube channel. Be advised that by attending a public meeting of the Council of the Township of Ramara, you are consenting to your image, voice, and comments being recorded and will form a part of the public record. The chair, CAO, and/or clerk have the discretion and authority to terminate or interrupt the live streaming in exceptional circumstances where the content of debate is considered inappropriate to be published. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll look for the approval of the agenda motion, Rebecca, please.
That the council agenda dated October 20th, 2025 be adopted as presented.
Moved by Councillor Goff, second by the Deputy Mayor. Any questions arising from the agenda? Councillor Fisher. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll get that after. So no questions from the agenda. All in favor? That is carried. Now, disclosure of pecuniary interest. Councillor Fisher.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have to find the item number. I declared on item 15-1 as I'm a member of the Bracken-Mara Legion Branch 480.
Active member, I believe. Yes. Okay. Any other declarations? Not seeing any. If you find yourself in that situation later, please declare it at that time. Announcements. So I have a few. This week is Ontario Public Libraries Week. So I'm proud to proclaim the 19th to the 25th is Ontario Public Library Week in Ramara. This year's theme, Libraries for Life, celebrates the vital role libraries play in supporting lifelong learning, connection, and community. The Ramara Township Public Library continues to be a welcoming hub for residents of all ages, offering access to information technology and programs. I encourage everyone to visit the library and explore its programs and show your support for this important community resource. And I did sign the proclamation, and Melissa has it. Budget discussions begin now too. On Thursday, October 23rd, we'll kick off the 2026 budget discussions at a special meeting starting 9:30 a.m. here in the council chambers. The meeting will also be streamed live on YouTube. This year marks the first time the Ramara is operating under Ontario's new Strong Mayor Budget Framework. While the process may be new, the preparation behind the budget has remained similar to previous years, with staff working together across the departments to ensure the proposed budget reflects council's strategic direction and continues to deliver high-quality services to our community. Residents are encouraged to view the budget package online at ramara.ca/budget or visit the administration building or the Township Public Library to review it in person. You can contact your ward councillor directly to provide your feedback or register to speak during the open public forum at the meeting. Register by 9 a.m. on October 23rd. And this year, it's getting on that time, the Fire Station Haunted House. Ramara Fire and Rescue is once again inviting the community to join them for a night of fun at their annual haunted house at Fire Station 2 in Atherley. Halloween night from 6 till 8 p.m. and it's a family-friendly event. We encourage everybody, young and old, to dress up in their costumes, come out and have a great evening. And lastly, food safety and regulation for on-farm diversification workshop. The Township of Ramara, in partnership with the Townships of Oromodadi and Severn and the Aurelia Area CDC, is hosting a food safety and regulations for on-the-farm diversification workshop on Wednesday, November 12th from 8 a.m. till 12:30 p.m. at the Oromodadi Community Banquet Hall. This free workshop is for local farmers and food producers interested in diversifying their operations and learning more about the provincial food safety requirements. For full details and registration information, visit ramara.ca. Do I have any other announcements? Councillor Goff.
Yeah, I'd just like to add to the library proclamation because it is Ontario Library Week, and our branches are asking for people to come in and get a free library card and pushing for that. I believe right now we sit at like 42% of our population has a Ramara library card, and we would like to increase that. So you can go into either the branches or online to get a library card free of charge.
Excellent. Thank you. Counselor, any other announcements? Deputy Mayor.
Yeah, I'd just like to say this past weekend on Saturday night, there was a long-term resident of Lagoon City that passed away that I was fortunate enough to become friends with back about 3 years ago. Out of that, I will say there's a lot of comments from the residents in Lagoon City about how great our responders were, our first responders, police, fire, ambulance. Everybody was there so quickly and treated everybody so amazing. So we wanted to pass that on to your crew, Tony, and thank you very much for that.
Thank you. Any other announcements? Counselor to you.
Thanks. Yeah, I spent Friday at the Simcoe County Education Center at the Rethinking Poverty event and met a lot of like-minded colleagues and got some great ideas.
Thank you. If I have no further, then I will roll into our presentations. We have none. Public and special meetings of council, none. And deputations, we don't have any today. Open public forum. Did I have any comments on the meeting, Rebecca? Not, I'm seeing a no. So now I'll look to approve the minutes from the previous meetings. Rebecca, please.
That the minutes of the following meetings be adopted, having been printed and distributed. Council meeting minutes dated October 6, 2025. Council meeting closed session minutes dated October 6, 2025.
And I have a mover and a seconder for the minutes, moved by Councillor Fisher, second by Councillor Tuyu. Any questions arising from the minutes? Not seeing any. All in favor? That is carried. We're ready to go into committee of whole, I believe.
That council recess and convene as committee of the whole at 9:36 a.m.
Moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Snutch. All in favor? That is carried. So we are now in committee of the whole. Closed session reports. I don't believe we have any today. No. And so we don't have to do that. So then we don't do committee of the whole open session arising from closed council reports. Board committee reports, we have none. Council referral reports, we have none. But we do have some departmental reports. So we'll start with 11.5.1. Go ahead, Rebecca. We'll read it and then we'll put it on the floor for discussion.
That report ID 3325 dated October 14th, 2025 regarding water and sewer servicing for 3355 County Road 47 be received. And that the installation of water and sewer services required for 3355 County Road 47 proceed as required from the land sale in July 2021. And that $36,905.50 plus HST costs for the installation be approved, with funding to be drawn from the proceeds of the 2021 sale of the subject property. And that report ID 3325 be referred to the October 20th, 2025 council agenda for same day ratification.
Okay, we're under committee of the whole. So why don't we have a discussion on it and then we'll move the motion. All right, we can put it on the floor. Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Fisher. Open for discussion. This is a piece of property we sold as a service lot. So now we just have to get the servicing to that lot. And then I think we're going to put everything else on hold, are we not, while we recalibrate and make sure that we're getting high enough sale prices on this property, I think was the intention.
Through you, Mr. Chair. Yes, I believe so. We're doing a review of any of the other lands that we own. I do also believe that this is the last lot that was not serviced, so we should be comfortable that way, but we're going to undergo a full review.
Perfect. Any other questions or comments? All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. That's not getting ratified today, is it? Oh, it is. Yes, because time sensitive. Yeah. So next I have 11.52. Oh, yeah.
That the Ramara Council / Committee of the Whole 2026 meeting schedule as attached to report CD 2325 be adopted.
Okay. Oh, the one that's from the previous meeting, correct?
Through the chair, no, this is a new report with the 2026 meeting schedule for council and committee of the
You know
whole.
what? I should open it. Yeah. Any questions on the calendar? I'll put it on the floor. Councillor Goff again, and then Councillor Fisher. Yep. I got to remember to look at my actual agenda. Any questions arising? A little different when you see election day in there. Always, we posted the county one. So hopefully there'll be no conflicts this time because the county one we got to, Rebecca, you got it prior to this one coming out. So we can try and avoid any conflicts. Okay, there's no questions. I had a mover and a seconder. All in favor of approving the calendar? That is carried. Thank you. that one's not being ratified today, not time sensitive. Yeah, I knew there was one. Okay, so now we want to rise from committee of the whole.
That the recommendations of committee of the whole be referred to the next regular meeting of council to be held on November 3rd, 2025, with the exception of the following item, which shall be referred to the consent agenda later today. That's be report 11.5.1 water and sewer servicing for County Road 47. And that the committee of the whole rise and council be reconvened at 9:40 a.m.
That'll be the shortest committee meeting ever. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second by Councillor Tuyu. All in favor? That is carried. So consent agenda A now. So these are the reports from the October 6th. And I believe there's only one.
Through the chair, yes, we only have the one report coming forward from the October 6th meeting. So I can read that motion if council would like to deal with that one individually.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll go to 12.2 and we'll read the motion and then we'll look for approval. There was no decision to be made on it. It was just the overview that we received. Yeah.
So that the recommendation as set out on consent agenda A, reports from the October 6, 2025 committee of the whole meeting be adopted as presented.
Moved by Councillor Goff, second by the deputy mayor. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. So now B, which is the one we just moved forward today from same day ratification, correct, Rebecca? Which is sewer on 47. And there's only one, so I don't think we need to pull it for a separate vote. So you're looking to read 13.2.
That recommendations as set out on consent agenda B, reports from the current meeting for the regular meeting of council held on October 20th, 2025 be adopted as presented, including 11.5.1 water and sewer servicing for County Road 47.
Okay, moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Tuyu. Nobody wants a recorded vote or anything, I assume. All in favor? That is carried. So now we have the items pulled by council members for consent agenda B. So, or consent agenda C, sorry, because nobody did pull any of the others for a separate vote. So we have 14.1.1. And I have 14.1.2 and 14.1.3. Does anybody want a separate vote on all or any of them? Yes, Councillor Tuyu.
Well, I've got proposed amendments for all three of them.
All right, so then we will do them as individual motions then. So go ahead, we'll start with 14.11.
That the County of Simcoe correspondence dated September 29th, 2025 regarding leaf and yard waste collection resumes in October in Simcoe County be received as information.
Okay, you had a separate direction you'd like to take on that, Councillor?
Yes, I do. And this is based on input from the Climate Action Committee. So that the proposed amendment would be, along with receiving as information. Okay, so that the county regarding leaf and yard waste collection resumes in October in Simcoe County be received as information. And that the committee further recommends the development of a public education campaign to promote awareness and participation in leaf and yard waste diversion initiatives within the township. And that the committee recommends to council that staff be directed to contact the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority for general information and resources regarding waste management.
Okay, so maybe what I'll do is I'll put the original motion on the floor to receive, moved by Councillor Goff, second by Councillor Fisher. And this is your amendment that you have for the educational program. And can you just read the last part of it again, Councillor?
Yes. The development of a public education campaign to promote awareness and participation in leaf and yard waste diversion initiatives with the township.
Now, do you want us to do that, or are we asking Simcoe County to engage in a?
I guess us in cooperation with maybe that staff when they reach out to the Conservation Authority for resources, just any ideas, because I have been noticing a lot of residents are frustrated by people blowing their leaves, for example, into the river, thinking that it's natural, and it's really not if you blow a whole yard full of leaves into the river. Do you know what I mean? It might be for those leaves close to the edge, and it creates, especially if you're in a low-lying floodplain area, it creates blockages. Similarly, a lot of residents think they're helping the environment by putting their yard waste across the road on municipal lands or in culverts, and this can also contribute to ditch blockages and problems like that. So that's the kind of, I was hoping to be able that we would put out some education rather than implementing any kind of bylaw, because that would obviously be difficult to achieve.
All
So that
right,
was the thinking there.
Deputy Mayor.
I'd like to support this. I think we're just stepping on the county's toes because this is their project. So I'm trying to figure out what the best ways to go about engaging the county, because I think that's what we have to do, because they manage the waste, including yard waste. So I think if we're going to come from that, we need to at least coordinate with the county. So I'm not sure what the best.
I'm wondering if the counselor is fine with this, if we drafted a letter to request that the county do an education and a post on leaves, and please keep your leaves out of ditches and lakes and rivers and streams, and then kind of did it in cooperation. So we would make the request to county to put out something to that effect, and then we could certainly post it on our website, because I have seen it work and be a problem here. I've been down to people's cottages and they pointed out that the neighbor blew the whole yard out into the lake or into the local river, right? So would you be okay to amend it to that we request the county do this education?
Yes, that would be great.
All right.
I'll
And
second the amendment.
seconder, the deputy mayor. Any other questions on that? And Rebecca, do you have everything you need? Yeah, all right. And Melissa, maybe you want to speak on the matter, or you?
Thank you through you, Mr. Chair. No, that works well for us. I think the county being the official service provider, we would share their information and asking them to do a more robust campaign, and then we can share on our channels for sure. That's
And
great. Thank you.
Maybe point out that it's the rivers and streams and ditches that are our main concerns, right? Because that's what folks do. What do you have for us, Rebecca?
Through the chair. So the amendment that we have currently is to add the following to the motion before council, which is, and that a request be made to the County of Simcoe to share a public education campaign to promote awareness and participation in leaf and yard waste diversion initiatives within the township with respect to leaf waste in rivers, streams, and ditches. And that the County of Simcoe be requested to contact the Lake Simcoe Region Conservation Authority for general information and resources regarding leaf waste management.
Perfect. Yes.
Sorry, do we need to include the Lake Simcoe Regional Conservation Authority? Because again, it's a county initiative.
Go ahead.
One of the members of the Climate Action Committee is from the Conservation Authority, and she had indicated just that they have several resources, and that might be great for information sharing. So that's why that was suggested.
They wouldn't have an issue reaching out.
No, but I was just wondering.
All right, so I have a mover for the amendment. Dana, to you, second by the deputy mayor. If there's no other comments, all in favor of the amendment? Okay, so that was carried. So now the main motion as amended. Can I just call that vote, Rebecca, or do you want to read it again? I think we're
Through the
good.
chair, if council is comfortable with the motion.
Yeah,
or-
so the main motion as amended, all in favor. That is carried. Thank you. Now I have 14.12, which is the Greenbelt Coalition.
That the Simcoe County Greenbelt Coalition correspondence dated October 2nd, 2025 regarding resolution to support expansion and strengthening of Ontario's Greenbelt protections be received as information.
Could I have a mover and a seconder put it on the floor? Councillor Snodgrass, second by the deputy mayor. Councillor to you.
Thank you. Again, I've got another amendment because of input from the Climate Action Committee. Should I read it now? The extra, okay. So that council receive and support the correspondence from the Simcoe County Greenbelt Coalition dated October 2nd, 2025, regarding a resolution to support the expansion and strengthening of Ontario's Greenbelt protections, and that the Climate Action Committee recommends that council send its letter of support to the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Ministry of the Environment, Conservation and Parks, local MPPs, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, and the Chippewas of Ramara First Nation.
Do I have a seconder for the amendment? I think a little tougher sale this time because we don't like to wade into issues that are outside our municipality, but do I have a seconder? I do not have one, Counselor. So
Okay,
So we will go on the original motion to receive. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. And lastly, 14.13. The motion to receive. Go ahead, Rebecca. I'll put that on the floor.
And that be Woolwich Township correspondence dated September 26, 2025, regarding a resolution passed by Woolwich Township Council, Bill C-61, First Nations Clean Water Act, be received as information.
Okay, moved by Councillor Fisher, second by the Deputy Mayor. So it's on the floor. Councillor Tuiu.
thank you. Again, with input from the Climate Action Committee, we're hoping to make an amendment that Ramara receive and support the correspondence from Woolwich Township dated September 26, 2025, regarding the resolution passed by Woolwich Township Council in support of Bill C-61, the First Nations Clean Water Act, and that the Climate Action Committee recommends that Council send its letter of support to the following recipients: the Prime Minister of Canada, the Premier of Ontario, the Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, the Minister of Environment, Conservation and Parks, Indigenous Services Canada, local MPPs, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, the Assembly of First Nations, and the Chippewas of Ramara First Nation.
Okay, I believe they're even asking for support, but same, I don't like to wade into federal stuff, but there's a mover. Do I have a seconder? I think you're going to find yourself in the same situation, Counselor, with nobody else wanting to wade into the federal waters. Pardon the play on the words there. I didn't mean that as a as a joke. Counselor.
Yeah, no, just we thought that, I mean, obviously they've got a great water system in Ramara, but not every Ramara community member lives on the reserve. And similarly, as part of the First Nations, there's also our friends in Georgina and Beausoleil and Christian Island. So it was sort of more speaking on that. And because the anything to do with First Nation stuff is federal rather than provincial. So that's why I had mentioned those agencies.
Thank you. But I do not have a seconder, so I will go back to the original motion then to receive. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. So that is 14.2 and 3 that we've just dealt with because we did them all individually. So now I'm on to correspondence for council direction today. And the first one is unfortunately, the Legion did not get the funding yes, 15. Yes. And Councillor Fisher did declare conflict on this one. So we do have a recommendation. If you want to read it for us, Rebecca, we'll get it on the floor and then we'll have a discussion.
That the correspondence dated October 7th, 2025 from the Breckin-Mara Legion Branch number 488 be received, and that the township provide an additional $1,791.85 to the Breckin-Mara Legion Branch number 488, fund it from the disaster relief account to put towards viewed expenditures from the 2025 ice storm state of emergency.
Okay, can I have a mover? Moved by Councillor Goff, second by the Deputy Mayor. And we'd already told the Legion this, if they didn't get the money, we'd make sure they were made whole. Unfortunately, they were not successful getting that grant money as a direct application. So if there's no other comments, all in favor? That is carried. Thank you. I will wait till our councillor returns. It's quite a heated argument there you missed out on, Councillor. So we'll yeah. So we'll move on to 15.2 and Councillor Tuiu, you'd asked to make a statement before I put it on the floor.
Yes, thank you. I would like to acknowledge and apologize for the error I made when I emailed all members of council. I did not intend to move municipal business forward, but to provide background information. This took place more than a year ago, and as a new councillor at the time, I was still learning the proper communication procedures. Since then, the township has provided valuable opportunities for learning and guidance, and I've made sure to follow all proper protocols with respect to correspondence. I have not repeated this mistake and remain committed to an open and transparent process. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Counselor, and I will get Rebecca, if you want to read the motion, it's quite lengthy, and then we'll get it on the floor, because this is one of the things, whenever the ombudsman does an investigation, it must be publicized on the, much like the integrity commissioner, it must go on the first available open meeting.
That the ombudsman report dated October 2025 regarding investigation into informal gatherings held over email by the Committee of the Whole for the Township of Ramara on October 23rd and 24th, 2024 be received, and that council support and accept the recommendations outlined in the ombudsman report, including the following. All members of the Committee of the Whole for the Township of Ramara shall remain vigilant in adhering to their individual and collective obligations to ensure compliance with the Municipal Act 2001. Members shall be mindful that electronic written communications, including email sent to a quorum of council, may constitute a meeting under the Municipal Act 2001. The Committee of the Whole shall ensure that no business or decision-making is materially advanced outside of formal meetings. Members shall exercise caution when using electronic communications to avoid circulating information that could materially advance the business or decision-making of the township. And that staff be directed to review the township's municipal code of conduct for members of council and appointed members of local boards and committees bylaw, and recommend revisions to ensure that email communication protocol is appropriately addressed. And that staff be directed to prepare a memo outlining best practices and legislative considerations regarding email communication and circulate to all township boards, committees, and commissions. And that training on appropriate use of email communication and compliance with the Municipal Act 2001 be incorporated into the orientation program for the 2026-2030 council term.
Okay, so I'll move by Counselor Goff, second by Counselor Fisher, just very briefly on, yeah, it's something that, this is something new that's come along. Emails are getting used, and it's something we're gonna have to look at our code of conduct and maybe some training, but no need to apologize, Counselor. I actually addressed it at the time when the email was brought up, where I said there's nothing wrong with sharing information. Don't engage in a dialogue. The best way is always to forward it to the clerks. And then the clerks can forward that information to the council members or place it on a CIP. It becomes tricky, though, if it's an email from the public, especially when the public emails all of council. You have to be very careful when you respond. You respond directly to that person only and not all of council, because that can be seen as a meeting. And of course, the individuals in the public don't mean to get anybody in trouble. They just have a simple question that they're asking. And just be very careful when you're responding to the public that you have to respond directly and not include all of council on those responses. So some new things that we have to watch out for now as we're moving forward. So on this motion to receive, is any further comments? Not seeing any. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. Next I have okay, hang on. Motions, postpones motions, we have none. Planning motions, we have none. Deputation motions and no notices of motion. Council motion with previously given? Nope, we have none. So it's just the inquiry motions now, the bylaws. I think we only have one bylaw too.
That bill 2025.43 being a bylaw to authorize the execution of an agreement with DM Wills Associates Limited as consultant for professional planning services for the Township of Ramara, be read a first, second, and third time, and finally passed as a bylaw.
Renewing our contract, moved by Counselor Goff, second by Counselor Fisher. Questions or comments on the bylaw? All in favor? That is carried. Thank you. The confirmatory bylaw, Rebecca? Moved by Counselor Snutch, second by Counselor Goff. All in favor? That is carried. And lastly, the adjournment.
And that the council meeting of the Township of Ramara held on October 20th, 2025 be adjourned at 9:59 a.m.
Moved by Counselor Goff, second by Counselor Fisher. All in favor? That is carried. Thank you, everyone.